Alright, welcome to day 68 of the Vera Series. So far, still no level increase. I still think it's going to be Monday. But starting out, you want to go to your artificial island, and you want to go back to building and hit claim, because remember, you can only hold these resources for 24 hours. On top of that, you want to check your exchange store, and try not to wait till the last day like I usually do, and clear your enemies for the week. On top of that, you may want to try to level up your fishing, because supposedly, next patch, we're going to be able to get some rewards due to fishing. So my recommendations is to get about 350 to 400 green baits, level up, and then just go for Pacific purple baits to get the most coins. Next, you want to do Mia's Kitchen, and you want to do your 4 bounties for the day, and I'm going to go with the Sparrow. Then we got Vitality, starting with Joint Operation. And for today, we can do Bracer's Chest, a Huma, and a Samir Matrix, Carnival Party, and the End Game. So these are some pretty good dungeons, but again, I'm focusing on weapon materials. Which brings us to Interstellar Exploration. And you want to make sure you check Vera, as well as check Aspera, so that way you can see all of your Stargates. And the best way to tell if you have a level 3 Stargate is if this weapon battery category has a number 3, it's a level 3 Stargate, but if it has a number 2, it's a level 2 Stargate. But if you don't have any level 3s or level 2s, you could always do Dimensional Trials. And if you need money, you could always do Space-Time Domains. And if you're pressed for time, you could always make Omnium Beacons. Which brings us to our optionals, and that is giving gifts to your 1.0 characters, and the best way to do that is to go to the black market and talk to Hopkins, see this island and do the claw machine, and knock out your 2 trainings for the day. But what is not optional is to do your 8 fun zones, and if you can, try to do your 6 Greyspace Fishers. But the biggest rewards are in the Twilight Zone, but you do have an 8-hour time limit, so you could wait on this. Then don't forget to do your racing, so that way you can get in the top 100 and get that 400 Mira. And since we're approaching the end of the week, do not forget to do your Security Force mission, so that way you can get those owed Vera coins and Mira. And you want to go to the missions tab and click on an item and click use, so that way you can get to a point of research. And you want to make sure that your energy does not cap, because you can only hold a grand total of 20 energy and you get 5 free energy a day. Also, if you enjoy these daily guides, I would greatly appreciate a like, so that way they can spread more on YouTube. Then we have our events. If you have not completed Passion for Chocolate, you do have a few hours before this is over. And hopefully you logged in enough time, so that way you got all of your red nucleus. Don't forget to vote, and if you still have some of that weekly activity left, you can get some free dark crystals. In the same tab, don't forget to collect your dark crystals for the semi-anniversary gift too. And then we got our main event, and I recommend that you do Fruit Barrage, or you either wait for the next event, which is coming out on February 22nd. So that way you can quickly clear out the store. And then we have another Gachapon event coming out February 19th. And this is most likely similar to the last one. If you spend Tanium, it's going to be cheaper than if you just use Dark Crystals. So if you do want to go for this, I recommend that you have some Tanium. Then we got the weekly tab. You may want to save some weekly activity so you can get some extra dark crystals from the voting event, which brings us to our challenges. So if you're doing something like the Bygone Phantasm or Frontier Clash, you might want to save your Mia's Kitchen so that way you can power yourself up. But starting with Bygone Phantasm. So again, I recommend that you take a look at this weapon bonus. If you have a good weapon bonus, then you may want to try to go ahead and hit this sneak to next level. And if your CS is high enough, you're going to be able to jump up 11 levels as long as you can beat that floor. But the biggest thing that will determine your rank is Sequential Phantasm. So if you can get a high score here, most likely you're going to get the top score for the week. But unfortunately tomorrow there probably will not be a video, because I'm going to be spending all day trying to get to floor 500. So wish me luck, guys. The Critical Abyss. Now this is optional content, but you can do it to get clusters. Great. So you want to make sure you do the last 2 on Heroic, and you do Battle Test Area on Heroic, so that way you get the best rewards for the week. Void Rift. We got another attempt today, so you want to go ahead and knock that out so that way you can get those matrices. Void Abyss. Just make sure you knock this out before the end of the month, and I recommend that you have a healer and a tank in your party, so that way you can knock out the last chamber, as long as you have some pretty strong DPS. Frontier Clash. You want to go ahead and knock this out so that way you can get that goat gear. Wormhole. We got 4 days left to do this, so you want to go ahead and do that so that way you can get that energy crystal dust. Origin of War. You still have till April 1st to go ahead and clear this, so you can just wait until next month once this is pretty easy to clear. Break from Destiny. You want to make sure you do this at least 1 time so that we can get those 250 dark crystals. Apex League. If you're trying to reach Grand Marshal, you might want to put a couple hours in each day. Then we got our daily buys, so you want to go to Shop, Hots, and then buy your 2 Vitality Solutions. Now this is only if you can afford it. And again, I'm trying to get as many as these, because basically 1 Vitality Solution equals a golden piece of gear once we reach level 90. Also, if you can afford it, try to buy the Advancement Modules and Booster Modules for the week. Which brings us to the Commissary, starting with the Crystal Dust store. So you want to try to buy your Advancement Modules, your Booster Modules, and your Very Special Gift for the week. And if you're at an 8.5 Suppressor, you may want to buy some Potent Omnium Crystals, because we might have some more Suppressor levels next patch. Space Time store. You want to buy your Booster Modules, your advanced modules and your data repeater for the week. Cruise store. Now the only thing I recommend that you spend your points on are relics, and the relics that I recommend are either Space-Time Rift or Omnium Shield. And if you have both of those, you might want to consider getting a drone level 3, otherwise probably go for hologram projector. Support store. You want to buy your gold, your Space-Time Crystal Fragments, your Space-Time Crystal Dust, and your joint supply chips for the week. Also, if you have some return support points, you want to go ahead and buy those Space-Time Crystal Fragments. And if you need help on how to do that, I got a guide on my channel. Point store. Now the only thing you want to spend your points on are spare special gifts, so that way you don't have to do training, black market, or see this island again. But if you need to level up your matrices or weapons, you could always buy matrix data packs or weapon batteries. But besides that, I just recommend that you explore the rest of the map so that way you can get all of those resources to help power you up. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If so, feel free to check out my Alyss DPS calculation video. But other than that, talk with you guys later.